offensive identity established and running off on it in that second half. Did you think that was a big difference there?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the halftime message. Whichever team decided to lock in defensively and guard, was going to win this thing going away. And, we relied on the positive experience of last night in the Knicks game, where we were okay in the first half, but really raised our level in the second half, held them to 34% shooting. We did the same thing tonight. So, great defensive effort in the second half. Obviously shot the ball well. Bron with a triple-double. And, Duds and Rondo with that second unit gave us a huge lift.
Dudley hits that three right in front of the Nets bench to give you a good mental boost. But what was behind just the three-point shooting in general at a season high tonight in 19?
Well, just a lot of small ball, to be honest. I think obviously Bron set the tone early, shooting the ball with confidence and finding people. And, Danny had one of those stretches where he gets red hot. And, when their centers, they only have one center, so they play a lot of small ball. We countered with a lot of small ball lineups, and we gave up a lot of threes, but we knocked some down too.
That Dudley three, I mean, you guys have a 17-2 run after that. Was that a part of that?
You talking about the end of the quarter?
Into the fourth. You guys.
Yeah. Well, the Rajon to Dudley plays an all-time play. I told Rajon he's got a career full of highlights, but that's got to be near the top. The scoop pass that he threw, almost to the ceiling, came down and Duds catches in stride for a three in front of his old team's bench. That was a cool moment.
Do you feel like it emotionally impacted the guys, woke them up and got them off to the start in the fourth quarter as well?
I do. I think, anytime there's a special play like that, it has the capability of energizing the group. And certainly I think it did on that play.
Frank, you have a lot of guys that have been up like that and cheering all season long. But what about Dudley and his persona and kind of his character seems to get other guys going?
Well, Dudley's a leader. And, when you have leaders that, don't just talk about it, that can actually come in, when you're talking about bench guys that are leaders, when they can come in and produce every time the number's called and play the game at a high level with a high IQ, it just strengthens their voice. And, it's just invaluable to a team and to a winning culture.
I believe you guys clinched an all-star coaching berth tonight with the win. What does it mean to you and your staff to be representing the Western Conference in Chicago next month?
Is that true? We're clinched?
I think so.
Yeah.
Our coaching staff has done a phenomenal job. They really have. And, they hit home runs and grand slams every game with their game plan and, helping me manage this group. Couldn't be happier for those guys. But, anytime, we receive an award or get recognized like something like this, it's about team success. So, it's really kudos to everyone in our organization.
Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Chris McGee, Big Game James Worthy, Candace Parker, Allie Clifton is on the way soon. Lakers start a new win streak. They're now 3-1 on the road trip, 6-0. Second night of back-to-backs and a league best 20-4 on the road. Impressive numbers, Big Game James. We have some other ones too. 6 guys in double figures.
The one that stands out is the undefeated on back-to-back games.
Yeah,
that's difficult to do, considering some of the games that they had. I remember back when they were struggling a little bit, and they went to Denver and won a game, and they won the next one in Utah. And that's when they started to really flourish. But leadership, LeBron James, just an amazing leader, man. What he's continuing to do, his numbers, 11-19, 3 of 6 from 3. He just continues to amaze me at his age. He knows how to do it. He takes care of his body, and he does what he has to do night in and night out. It's great leadership.
I want to piggyback off of that. LeBron getting a triple-double tonight, and there were a lot of plays in the first half that he made when the Lakers were struggling a little bit. I mean, obviously, you can't expect the team to continue to shoot from beyond the arc the way that it did, but it just seemed like every time the Lakers needed a play to be made, it was LeBron making it, and that's on a back-to-back.
Yeah,
that's on a road trip. I mean, that's just a telltale of a champion.
6 players in double figures. Dwight and AD also had double-doubles. 55 points from the bench. And that leads us to this, the hero of the game, Jared Dudley. Let's go back to Brooklyn. He's with Mike Trudell.
All right, Jared Dudley, I got to start with that buzzer-beating three to end the third quarter. Take me through that possession before you hit it in front of your former Nets teammates there.
Man, it felt so good. They cut back door. I switched. I tipped the ball. Rondo guy threw it up to me. That's one of my favorite shots, left to right on the right wing. Had to go in. This is a beautiful year, a miracle year. Wanted to be a miracle shot.
Yeah, you had to go with the three fingers down to the floor, too. And anything extra said to your former boys over there, though?
Oh, man, for sure, man. You know, every player has a lot of emotion for your former team. And it's just a team that didn't offer me right away, right free agency. Lakers did it. And so for me, it's just I'm trying to repay this team as much as I can. Be ready. AD, JaVale was hurt, but this is my role. So I'm supposed to do, be a leader out there, and this is just the beginning.
What's it like playing out there on the floor with LeBron, with AD, the rest of this team, how everything has come together? You guys have so many road wins just stacking up. How would you sum that up for me?
I mean, for me, to play with them is a dream come true. I wanted it. I never had it in my career, so it's easy for me to be able to sacrifice and do that, but yet still want to contribute. I don't want to just contribute on the bench and talking and vet, but when my time is called. But for us, this is just a stepping stone. These are games we're supposed to win. We're waiting for, Philly, the big game, Clippers. Those are the ones who are going to see where we're at and get ready for this All-Star break. Hopefully make a little run.
That was the last thing I had for you then. As you look forward to the season, Jared, what are the things you guys still need to tighten up, the areas you need to get better as you look forward to the playoffs eventually?
I mean, our defense has been kind of terrible the last 3 games. I know the Knicks, obviously, is the Knicks of the Knicks, so you can't really tell, but Boston and then what they did the first half. But for us to tighten up our defense, our rotations, it's a long season, but for us, we have to be ready and then get Kyle Kuzma on the bench when he comes off it, get him to like a 16, 17-point score, and our role players got to hit shots. I mean, we got the 2 best players in the world on our team, so our role players got to get in the space.
Appreciate it, Jared.
LA, it's for you.
All right, guys, Jared Dudley hits a big shot to start that run for the Lakers. They close it out and win another road game here in Brooklyn. 128-113, your final.
Again, I know I've said this in the post-game show before, but when he hits that three at the end of the third, not only is that a great moment for the Lakers and it gets the momentum and the guys are going crazy, we're going nuts in the conference room because we know we're getting Dudley in a post-game interview, and that's important to our show. But let's focus again on LeBron James. 10th triple-double of the year. That's second most in the league. He's just incredible, Candace, and you hit on it. And really, when you look at just what he's been able to do, and we talked a lot about it in the pregame show here in year number 17, he's now 18 points away from moving into third all-time.
And there was hesitation before the show. We thought maybe he would aim to get it at Staples Center. Well, he put that to bed in the first half. The way that he came out and just scored and dominated and set himself up to get it in Philly. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer that he gets it in the home of the birth, where Kobe Bryant grew up. I think it's just phenomenal in your 17th year to have that amount of focus. I mean, night in and night out. A lot of people have the ability, but to have the focus to compete and dominate the way that he has and continues to, it just speaks to who he is as a player and as a person.
Candace, you know what it's like. You're a leader, you're a winner, you're a champion, and you know the discipline it takes. That's the tough part. It's not that you don't mind getting up, working out, and working on your game, but he has a formula that has worked better than anyone I've ever seen in the NBA. Kareem, 20 years, he was yoga, he ate well and did all this stuff, but this guy at 35 to be bouncing around like a fifth-year player. I know he spends a lot of money on this, but it's not about the money. It's about the mindset.
And the time.
The time and what he wants to do and the sacrifices that he makes. It's amazing.
There are nights, and it's amazing because second night of a back-to-back, and we all thought, maybe he'll take some of those off, but where he just looks so fresh, and it's those games where he can take it to the hole and you are not stopping him. He also sets up his three. Tonight was one of those nights where you saw it from the get-go. It's a triple-double night, and he's going to be able to dominate any way he wants.
I mean, last year, the Lakers didn't make the playoffs, but it was a huge advantage coming into this year. Just to have those 2 extra months of rest. I mean, he'd been to a number of NBA finals.
8 straight finals,
exactly. 8 straight finals well into June, mid-June. So to be able to have an entire summer, entire off season to get your body right, your mind right, there's a lot of people that were doubting him and his ability. And that's the thing. When you doubt and you have a player sitting on that and you're a competitor, you're going to come out with a lot to prove. And LeBron James with a lot to prove, that's a problem for the league.
Big game, when you're in L.A. or you're in New York, Brooklyn, Chicago, some of those cities, you're gonna see big-time people. They're all going to come out to see LeBron. We thought you would like to see this right here. This is LeBron going over to President Bill Clinton.
Yeah, the comeback kid. That's what they used to call Bill Clinton, and that's what LeBron has done this year. He's a comeback kid after sitting out those injuries. Oh, Bill looks good, man. He's got to be like 70, mid-70s.
Michael Strahan's behind Bill Clinton. There he is. He's just waiting his turn.
Michael Strahan is the heart. I mean, goodness, he is everywhere.
He works.
He's like everywhere.
He's like those characters on in Living Color. You only have 2 jobs, man. But he's got like 15 jobs.
Our history buff on set is
Dude,
Big
that
Game
is. I'm gonna tell you right there. That is really amazing right there to hang out with the president.
Yeah.
Him, president putting his. It's pretty cool.
Was it cool going to the White House?
It is. We went.
After
It was Reagan. Reagan was there. It didn't matter, but it was still good to go and be welcomed. And we did it once out of our 3 championships. You guys.